Hey, Shani from SpeedCubeReview.com. So let's talk about Hoya for 5x5. I've gotten a lot of questions on how I saw 5x5 because people have watched it and it looks a little bit different, and I use Hoya method. Now, Hoya method for 4x4 is pretty much as efficient as Yao and even reduction. When you get to larger puzzles, things like Hoya and Yao end up being much higher move count. For 5x5, it's not too bad, but as you get to larger puzzles, it does get a little bit excessive. Now, the reason I like to do Hoya for 5x5 is for the look ahead. The way it works is exactly like 4x4. Now, if you're brand new to this, I would suggest checking out the 4x4 tutorial first. If you really don't care about it and just curious on what this is, you can keep watching. So what it is that you do only 4 of the centers, and then you do the cross edges. So like in reduction, you do all 6 centers, and then you pair up all 12 edges, and then you solve like a 3x3. So for Hoya, you do 4 of them, except for the front and top one. Then, with using those sort of spots that are not finished yet, you solve the cross edges, and then you finish those 2 centers. So that way, the last 8 edges are all on this front and sides, and then you already know the cross is solved, so when you get to 3x3 stage, you only have to do F2L. So it ends up working out really nicely for that. So let's kind of just do a walkthrough solve, and I'll show it that way. Now for 5x5, I usually do white for the cross, which means I'm going to start with either blue and green for the sides or orange and red. And you really want to try to be efficient in multiple ones instead of just starting with one color every single time, because that's going to make the initial center much easier to make. So for example, this blue, I already have a block right there, and I see that one right there. So that's going to be easy to insert that. So I'm going to finish blue. I'm going to do that, and there we go. So blue's done, and then I will do green. Let's make that center. And then we go into white. So we have blue and green on the side, so I go to white right here. I already have a bar, so I'll just finish that. Actually, what am I doing? There we go. And then I'll do orange. Once I have that, now you have the sides, the bottom, and the back done. Then you focus on the cross edges. What I like to do is try to get the middle one down first, just because that can be a little more awkward to insert afterwards. So I see this blue and red, so I'm going to put red and blue in, and green's actually really nice, so I'll do that. I could do orange right now. Yeah, I'll do that too. Okay, so I actually put in all those center ones, and now I kind of do it haphazardly. I could finish that green one, but I see orange is there, so I'll insert that orange one, and you do it just like 4x4. We move it out of the way, and then L prime U L, kind of how you would insert a corner on a 3x3. See, blue is right there. And then red, now when it's flipped the wrong way, whatever side it needs to go on, I'll do L prime U2 L, which puts it that way, and then I can just insert it like normal. I see another red here. Instead of bringing it to the top, I'll just insert it that way. Here's green, so I'll flip that edge and put that in. And then I've got blue in the back here, so fix blue, and then that kicked orange out, and I can finish with that. So now those cross edges are done. I can finish with this center. Actually, that's a really easy one to do right there. Oh, I messed up. When you move that edge out, you actually want to move it out and then down. So kind of doing F and then L. That way I've got free reign for this spot right here. Then I can move it back. Once that's set, then you just solve it like a normal 5x5. You can do free slice, whatever you want to finish that up. So that is what Hoya for 5x5 is. Like I said, the move count will probably be a little bit more than if you just did straight reduction, but I feel the look ahead and the flow of it is really nice. Now, I'm not super fast. My best time is a little under 2 minutes, and that's not to say, though, that you cannot be fast with this. I've seen videos online where people do Hoya on 5x5 in under a minute in like 50 some seconds. And someone like Felix is probably not going to switch to Hoya, mainly because he's used to reduction, and switching would make no sense. You will find people who will vehemently argue that Hoya on 5x5 is better than reduction. I'm not one of those people. I could see an argument that reduction is better. I prefer Hoya, and that's why I do it. It still can be quite fast, and it's fun to do. And honestly, that's the biggest reason why I do it. It's fun. I enjoy using Hoya for 5x5. It makes it a little more enjoyable to solve because I feel like I can keep the cube much more straightforward, stable, and solve everything like this instead of turning it as much. So thank you very much. Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Hit like, subscribe for more content like this in the future. And as always, stop by speedcubereview.com for more news and reviews.